Newsbreak coming in, unfortunate news there. Singer Alka Yagnik has been diagnosed with a rare sensory hearing loss. Playback singer Alka Yagnik has been diagnosed self-admittedly with a rare sensory hearing loss. She requested everyone's support and understanding in this critical time. The veteran playback singer explained that she's been diagnosed with this neural nerve sensory loss. In her post on Instagram, she mentioned that this was the reason why she was missing in action. She also explained that this sudden major setback caught her unawares and that she is still coming to terms with it. Right, so that's the latest that is coming in. Renowned playback singer Alka Yagnik in an Instagram post had shared that while she was on a flight and when it landed, she felt that she couldn't hear anything. And when she had approached the doctor actually confirmed that she's suffering from a neurosensory hearing loss, which is a very, very rare viral attack, and due to which she seemed to have lost her hearing. I want to cut across to Hisha Chima, who's joining us live from Mumbai with more. Hisha, what more can you add? What exactly did Alka Yagnik say in that Instagram post? Because it's unfortunate, with at least with what she's admitting to be hearing loss. Is it temporary? Is it permanent? Can you add more to it?
Well, as you pretty much summed up, what exactly she's been going through is something that she has addressed and admitted it via her. While having said that, it is something that she has not really given us much details about in terms of whether this is a temporary situation or whether it is a permanent, hearing loss. However, via our sources in the entertainment field closer to Alka, we definitely have information on the fact that it is rare and yes, it is temporary, and she is going through sort of a healing process in which, she can understand what exactly has led to that, over and above the fact that she felt it via a viral attack. Not just that, it is a sad, unfortunate news wherein, she's also openly reached out to all her fans to give her that support, because this is a process, and the treatment of the process is going to be far-fetched and a little long-term, because it is a rare disorder, as we already know, by now. Having said that, in terms of what exactly it is and what led to it, was this something that she was battling it from a longer time, or is this something that she discovered right after the viral attack in that flight, is something that we are yet to get more details upon. But yes, for sure, what we do know over and above the post is that it is temporary, and the fingers crossed, and we're sending across.
Isha, we're joined by my colleague Sneha Murdani, who tracks the health beat, and she's going to try and give us a larger understanding on what really is Alka Yagnik suffering from. Sneha, when you read that Instagram post, it's bizarre. She said she was fine. It was, on a flight. She landed and she suddenly thought she couldn't hear. And then the doctors have now, diagnosed her with a neural sensory loss. What does it really mean? Is it temporary, permanent? What's the healing process? Can it happen to any man? So many questions there.
Well, absolutely. Preeti, from what I've picked up is that this is not reversible, in the sense that she can't be cured from it, but these are conditions that she can definitely manage. She's spoken about the fact that there are causes for it, and hers seems to be a viral infection. However, I also noticed that in her particular post, she advised against loud music, and that's one important factor to keep note of. There's been enough and a lot said about the sensory nerve of the ear being damaged because of loud music, constant exposure to headphones, using headphones, and that's the reason why. One key thing that I would really like to point out in this day and age is that a lot of people tend to use their earphones for a very long period of time, and that is certainly not advised. If there is any sort of a condition in your ear, or even for the sake of prevention, get yourself checked, consult an ENT more often than we should be. There could be many reasons for it. She's spoken about the fact that this is a viral infection. Age is also a reason for it. As far as treatment is concerned, there are medications available to ease the situation, but the problems associated with this diagnosis is that it could lead to misbalance in your posture, in the way you move around. It could make you imbalanced, and that is a big concern. The causes of it could be trauma, from very loud music. In the case of Alka Yagnik, she says that it is because of a viral infection, toxic exposure, and infections like she spoke about, also autoimmune disorder, which could eventually lead to this condition. There are many causes of it, and yet it is rare. It is the sensory neural hearing loss, and it is usually not seen as completely curable, and that's where the problem is. Of course, Alka Yagnik has spoken about it, shown the light on this disease, given that it is rare and how it can be managed. I did mention that it is managed with medications, physical therapy, and also lifestyle changes. For example, managing your diabetes and blood pressure will also go a long way. Once diagnosed, hearing aids essentially will obviously come to the rescue of the patients. But if there is a tumor associated with this problem, often there is. If at all, then a surgery is also the solution. At this point in time, I'm just giving a broader picture of what this problem is. It's not specific to Alka Yagnik's particular condition. We don't know if there's a tumor associated with Alka Yagnik's hearing loss or not. All that we know is that her doctors have told her that this is because of a viral infection. It's a fallout of a viral infection. Preeti.
All right, Sneha, appreciate you joining us and giving us, a detailed analysis of what possibly could have gone wrong where Alka Yagnik is concerned. Sneha, I'll just ask you one quick question. Can it affect anyone at all? Because she said she was fine, she took a flight, and since then she hasn't been able to hear. And what's the time frame in terms of the healing process for it to reverse the condition?
Yes, I understand. Preeti, in fact, from what I understand is that this can't be completely cured. Also, I would want to tell you that this also is seen often as age-related, not just exposure to loud sounds, but also age-related as well. It's not completely cured. The symptoms of it can be managed depending on what your problems are. So if your hearing loss and your sensory nerve damage is because of a tumor, then that tumor has to be surgically removed. If it is because of a viral infection, that infection treated, and pulled out from the roots is the problem, is going to be the solution to this problem. So the required medication and the kind of treatment that a patient would get really depends exactly on what your reason is to get this particular problem. So in the case of Alka Yagnik, she's spoken about the fact that as soon as she got off the flight, she couldn't hear. Was it because of some sort of exposure to very loud sounds, or was it a fallout of a viral infection? She's hinted that a doctor has said that it was a fallout of some sort of an infection, which it could be, because that is in fact one of the underlying causes of this problem. In the case of Alka Yagnik, I would presume that because she's spoken out about the fact that she's been out of action for a while now and everybody's been asking her questions, my presumption is that this diagnosis happened, maybe a couple of days or a couple of weeks ago, and the treatment process would be underway. But in many cases, hearing aids and hearing devices is used by such patients, and possibly in the case of Alka Yagnik also, some sort of assistance would be given in that case.
All right, Sneha, appreciate you joining us. Thank you there for throwing some light on this particular condition that Alka Yagnik is suffering from. Unfortunate and rather unnerving to know it can happen to anyone all of a sudden as well.